Hi everyone, today is December 9th and this is the JupyterLab / Notebook weekly meeting. I'll get things started. In the past week, we've been trying to just do general cleanup, address some of the beta issues. I've been writing unit tests. The abstract editor is in and it's proven to be working well. There's a link to a PR adding Monaco integration. There's a couple concerns. The way Monaco is structured, it tries to become the module loader for the page, so we have to figure out what we're going to do about that. Some technical issues there, but hopefully surmountable. And that's about it for me. Darren, you want to go next? Or, sorry, Ian's next on the hackpad.
Sure. So I've been forging ahead with our plan as per our relatively lengthy discussion last week. The basic text editor is working fairly well in real time. The notebook is obviously more challenging, and what I've been starting to do as a simpler version of that is make a widget for a chat box so that people can send messages without having to write it in the actual working document back and forth to each other. The idea there being that that's a synchronized list that has text in it, but is overall a much simpler document than the full notebook. So that's about it.
Cool. So this week, at the beginning of the week, I went to Orsay, which is just outside of Paris, for Jupyter Day Paris. And it was a good number of people, like about 75 people. And Sylvan and I did a joint talk where I did a demo of JupyterLab's interface, and he did a demo of the latest IPy widgets. Afterwards, we had some workshops and tutorials. And to be honest, the level of interest in the interface was pretty high, but the people who were there were mostly interested as users and not as hackers on the project. So there wasn't really much traction on getting people to sort of contribute, but the level of interest in the actual project was really high, and some of the features that are forthcoming were really well received. So it was good. Now I'm working on refactoring the state restoration features that we've been releasing in the past few weeks, just to try to simplify it a bit more for plugin authors and to take some of the boilerplate away. I have an outstanding PR that's not complete yet that achieves some of that already. In addition, I want to fold in the restoration of the sidebars so that they actually reappear in the correct order, because we do currently have enough information to do that. We don't need to wait for the rehydration stuff that Chris will be building into Phosphor. That information is already available. So yeah, those two things are actually in the same PR because they touch all the same files. Yeah, and that's it for me.
Thank you. All right. So I just added a quick note in the hackpad. We had a short discussion on Gitter yesterday about keeping track of the roadmap on GitHub. So now that JupyterLab is its own org, we have the Jupyter org with all the sub-project roadmaps in it. So it'd be great to have a distinct roadmap for JupyterLab. Right now, I think a lot of the JupyterLab work is in the notebook roadmap, but those are still kind of separate efforts with different people. And please, if that doesn't sound right, let me know. But I think the way that we're visualizing those is like two parallel efforts. And as JupyterLab acquires feature parity with the notebook, and then kind of the functionality starts to exceed what's in the notebook, the notebook stuff will kind of fade away. But that's going to be after the 1.0 release. So it'd be great to be able to track them independently, so we're not kind of confusing what's in one project versus the other. How does that sound, JupyterLab folks? Steve mostly, since you were on that thread.
Sounds good. I actually created an issue to track it and linked it in the hackpad. So yes, we'll take that on.
Okay, an issue to track what?
So an issue in JupyterLab to separate out the roadmap and the roadmap repo and link to it from JupyterLab. So
Okay.
close that loop.
Okay, cool. So that's work that still needs to be done, but it's been noted as a to-do, basically.
Yes.
Okay, great. Awesome. Cool. Anything else? We have some folks who are on the call but not visible. Chris and Carol. I know Carol's just listening in today. Chris, anything you wanted to share?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Great. Anything else, Steve?
No, I guess that should cover it for today.
Okay. Thanks, Internet. We'll catch you next week.
Internet.
Bye.